So I'm here at my bandsaw. I'm getting ready to slice some veneers, and I have a trick to show you to get repeatable, precise thickness of veneers each and every time. The setup is really cool. My target dimension is 1/16 of an inch. So let me gather a few things. I need to move this guy out from the wall and we'll get going. One thing I need to mention is before we start this, you need to make sure that your blade does not have what's called blade drift. In other words, my blade cuts parallel with the edge of the table or the factory fence. I don't have to cut a board skewed at an angle because I've eliminated blade drift. Now, this video is not about eliminating blade drift. That should have already been done. So you can check out YouTube videos by Alex Snodgrass or Michael Fortune, and they can show you how to do that. Essentially, you're moving the blade where the gullets are centered on the bandsaw wheel. So, and by doing that, you put the tension here instead of in the middle of the blade, and with a little bit of fine tuning, you can get your blade to cut perfectly parallel with this miter slot or the edge of the table or your factory fence. All right, speaking of factory fences, I've moved this factory fence out of the way. I have this shop-made fence, and years ago I drilled and tapped my table, and I just have these locking knobs. This thing has elongated slots, and so I can move this back and forth. Higher fence because our lumber is about this tall, and we can slice our veneers. Okay, this is the trick that I wanted to show you. So this is a simple jig. You can see it's just a piece of 1/4 inch. There's a notch here to accommodate the blade. There's a cleat here with a space in between to accommodate this tapered pin, and this cleat will engage with the bandsaw table, just like that. And the left side of this jig is in direct alignment with the left side of the blade, including the teeth, or what I like calling 0 inches. So this is in direct alignment with the left side of the blade. And to put that in place, grab a clamp, clear the ribs from underneath, lock that down, right? Now check this out. So I had mentioned earlier that I wanted 1/16 of an inch thick veneers, but I want to cut those a little bit heavy. I want to cut them 5/64, just a 64th over 1/16, and I can run them through the drum sander to a final target dimension of 1/16 of an inch. So I have a couple of drill bits here that are 5/64 of an inch. Okay, so 1/64 of an inch over a 16th. I'll tape these. You don't really have to tape them, but for the sake of the video, I thought it'd be easier. I'm going to tape those, one front, one back. Now we're going to slide this fence over to it, thusly creating an exact 5/64 space between the left side of this blade and the fence. How cool is that, right? Now this trick is in my newly released Tricks of the Trade, Volume 1, under Bandsaw. This book is essentially an ebook, but it has video, so there's text and video showing all these different tips and tricks that I'd like to show. So check that out, available off my website. We're ready to slice some veneer, yeah? Pull these guys off. Fantastic. All right, so that little advertisement wasn't intentional, but I'm not going to take it out either. I know this is a small board. It doesn't matter. It works the same on larger boards. I just needed this grain for a project I'm doing. And now, check it out. Boom. 1/64 of an inch over a 16th. I can sand that down easily to 1/16 of an inch now. Super accurate, very effective setup. Now, of course, you can use any size drill bit. My target dimension was 1/16 of an inch. plus that 64th, so that's why I use two 5/64 drill bits. Now this probably doesn't show up on camera, but I can assure you it's 5/64 of an inch on each corner from side to side, yeah, and from end to end. Beautiful. All right, there you have it. I've got all my veneers sliced. Boom, dead on 1/16 of an inch after I've run them through the drum sander so they're clean on both sides. Oh, and incidentally, you can take, so I've got 5 veneers here, right? Target dimensions 1/16 of an inch. So I can put all 5 together, check that. Boom, we are dead on 5/16. So any incremental error in one would be magnified times the amount that you have and show up as a difference. So anyway, hope that helps. Thanks, Tom, for watching.